Yowie chaser. Alright, we're going positive. We're talking about Yowies from now on. If people out there want to accuse Yowie chaser, let's just let them do it. Who cares? Let's get back to what we're doing, alright? So, I've got lots of things to talk about. I wasn't even going to make a video, but something just happened. I've got to share this with you guys. Some advice. Alright, so stick around, because you know how I forget to tell things and all that. There's so much I've got to tell you. It's about everything that just happened, alright? Now also, I need to get fit, because if you don't know, I've got this heart problem going on. Well, it's not heart, it's electrical, okay? It's an electrical problem that sends a pulse to my heart and another valve opens up, some crap, and it's making me go have two different heart rate, pulse rates or whatever, I don't know. It's got a name, can't even think what the name is. Alright, so if you've got any health problems or anything, every Sunday morning I'm going to weigh myself. Right, so I'm going to weigh myself at the moment. I'll tell you what I weigh, 136.1. Right, I'm going to check in every Sunday, and then that way I've got to improve each week. Because now I've told you guys, right? So 136.1, if anyone wants to join me and we can have like a little, yeah, it doesn't have to be a competition. It just helps. It just will help motivate you. You might think, oh, I'm going to do that. What Yowie chases is go for a walk. Go walk 2Ks. We used to do it every night and then we just stopped. I don't even know why we stopped. So I'm going to start doing that. Ride a bike. I've got a pushy. Ride a bike. Maybe do a little bit of light weights just for now until I feel a bit better. But also, I need to get out, do some more walks. I don't want to do anything that's too strenuous. So I don't want to be in the middle of the bush. And there's no phone reception and no one knows where you are. So yeah, I'm thinking about tomorrow. Because if you go to the stalker track, there's reception the whole way there. So I'm thinking, the time I get out of bed, get there is probably about 12. Go to the stalker track, park up. Time you get up the top, it'll be about 1. Sit up there for 4 hours, have a listen around. Leave about 5, just before dark. See what happens. That's the plan for tomorrow. That's fitness 101 tomorrow. Alright. Then also, I'll tell you about old mates. I'll tell you something else about old mate. So old mate that used to be in the group, he's still in the group, sorry. He was the one of the originals. His sighting was here. Just here, right? So none of this road and all that was here back then. It was 1988. So there was his dog, a massive pig, and a yowie. So we'll tell that sighting, not today, but that's just a bit of a teaser for now. What else did I want to say? All right. So why I'm looking at this, right? I was looking where I used to work, and then I was looking at where else I used to work. But before I tell you where I used to work, down here there was another guy down here, right? I had a sighting from him as well, right? So this was all bush here. The guy used to 4-wheel drive and camp in here, and he's seen a yowie here as well. Probably the same yowie. Probably this was all bush. So this is the Greenbank Army camp. People along here that backed onto here, they've all had yowie sightings. Nothing recent. Like these are all a while ago. Red Bank Plains, Swanbank, wherever Swanbank is. Swanbank, a lady had a farm there. She was riding a horse, seen a yowie one day. We had old mate here at Red Bank. He'd seen him. He's told his story. White Rock, my mate, had something weird going here one night. He didn't see a yowie, but then his brother told me that he seen something climb up a rock wall. Out here at Deebing Heights, the First Nations people. Look at this. This is crazy, man. This is where the tent embassy was. So somewhere here, there should be a little dam. Is that it there? Do you reckon that's a dam, or are they just filling that in? Looks like the dam's gone. God damn. But one of the Aboriginal girls, she was telling us how she had a sighting there It wasn't that long ago. So listen to this, right? So she heard a crack in a tree, right? She heard this massive crack. She looked up. She's walking up this way, and there was a tree here, and there's a big dam. And she said she looked up, seen this thing run across the track to another tree, and then it disappeared. So it ran out of one tree, made this massive noise. She said it was fast and it was black. Went to this tree and she never seen it again. Crazy, eh? I don't know how far up it was. Because is that a dam there? Could have been there. No, that might be the dam there, look. Because you'd think they couldn't just get rid of a dam. And there's the track. I don't know. There's a dam there as well. I don't know, there was a dam anyway. Anyway, this is... We went down there. Chris Sun come down. If you don't know who Chris Sun is, he made that movie Ball about the big pig. Man, what a funny guy, eh? He was awesome. There was... Who else? Oh, I'll tell you who invited me down. There was Paul McLeod invited me down, and Digger Down Under. Both top guys. All the people down there were awesome, man, eh? And then there was a footprint somewhere. I never seen the footprint. I went looking for it. I walked the whole creek after the day we went there. Because we went there to make like a little documentary with Chris Sun. I don't even know what happened to it. I don't even know if it come out. Should look it up in a sec. Hey, because they were trying to save this land. Because they had cemeteries and all that on it. And they were trying to get Ernie Dingo down, but he couldn't make it. So yeah. Now look at it. Looks like the grubs have just wiped it all out. It's a joke. Absolute joke. Anyway, we'll get back over here to what I was going to tell you about. So yeah, like I told you about old mate sighting here, right? Why I'm looking here, right? I'm looking at where I used to work, right? So originally, I won't say where, let's just say here. I used to work here somewhere, right? Very close to here. And I went, oh, I was in Yowie land. I was in where Yowies hang out. Right? Then I left this place. Alright? And then I moved to a place. Just down here. Oh, look at that. I'm looking at something else, right? I moved to a place down around here somewhere, right? I won't say where. Somewhere around here, right? This is crazy. Alright? I moved to a place there. Now, see this place here? I can actually say this because this is a water tower. I actually worked there as well. Oh my god, I've forgotten about that. I actually swam in these. We had to clean this out. There was dead possums in there. So people wonder why they get sick. The water towers are full of dead possums. So we had to fill it up from scratch, right? We had to clean all the floor because it's all slimy and that. So we had all chlorine, squeegees. Anyway, we were supposed to be cleaning, but we were in there just kicking a football around. Me and me mate. And our boss had climbed up to the top. He was up the top watching us, man. He was looking down because it's pretty high up. Anyway, it doesn't matter what happened. But then when we filled it up, we were swimming in it as it filled up. That's crazy. Wow. Forgot about that. So look, I've worked there, here, and here. Wow, that is trippy. All 3 different companies. No, and they're the only 3 jobs that I've had in Queensland. Oh, that is seriously, guys. That's weird. I didn't even realize that. Wow, I am tripping out. And then I have my own like shitty little business as well. This is next level, man. How could I work here? How could I work here and work here? So anyway, when old mate lived here, like I said, this road wasn't here then. I think he said it was all houses. No, old bush all the way to Sunnybank. So back in 1988. Wow, crazy. Alright, we'll be telling that story soon. Alright, now, let's get on to the video that I watched last night. And if you haven't joined Yowie Sightings Australia, go and join Yowie Sightings Australia. So, the video last night, I've only heard bits and pieces of it. So, the guy was talking about this area. He researches this area. He's been there for 15 years. So everyone knows who he is. He's pretty famous. He takes people out there. They all have. They don't really have sightings, but they hear stuff most of the time. So in his video, he's talking about. This is the part that I was listening to. He was talking about heaps of stuff. I've got to go back and watch it in a sec. He was talking about how he tried to set up a feeding station to try and bring yowies in, right? So as soon as I heard that, I went, wow, I wonder how successful he was. And he says, it's not very successful. They know what you're doing, right? Now, if you guys have heard me talk about filming yowies, how to film a yowie, well, that's what you got to do. You've got to set up something, right? And this is why when people tell me, well, how do you do it? And I say, well, it's quite easy, but it's quite time consuming, okay? So to do it, you really need somebody with a farm. Anyway, old mate hasn't been successful. He's been doing it for 15 years, apparently. And if anyone wants the link to the video to listen to it, I'll send you the link. I don't know how he's doing it, but I know my way will work, right? Now, I'm not going to give you the whole story how to do it. You just have to work it out yourself. You've just heard he set up a feeding station to bring them in, and then you've got to work out how you're going to film them, all right? And there's a way to do it very easily. Very easily, but like I said, it takes time. That's why we had someone that had a property that we can trust with this information. We could quite easily set it up, as long as there's yowies there as well. We need there to be yowies. All right. Now, he went on and talked about some other stuff about what happens when he goes to bed. Right. Now, people have told me the same sort of stuff. When they've been out in the bush, just say they're camping. When they hop in their tent. When they hop in their caravan. When they hop in their car. People in their house, as soon as they lock the house up, right? This is the advice, guys. This is the advice. It's coming. Once yowies know you're in a tent, just say you're out in a tent and you're camping. They know you're in there and they come out and play. This guy was saying, as soon as he gets in his camping van, he goes, he said he can be out all night. And he goes, as soon as I go to bed in the camper van, he goes, the whole bush comes alive. All right. And I went, I only just clicked to this just a while ago, guys. That's why I'm making the video. I was actually driving past here. I was actually driving past where old mate said he had the sighting because I wanted to have a look. I didn't realise. I worked on this road. I didn't realise there was this much bush here. So I'd come up here. I stopped. There's 2 breakdown bays here. I stopped, had a look in here. And I drove down in here, went up all these streets just to have a quick look, right? Because I don't live too far from here. I want to have a look. And while I was driving along here, this is when that thought come to me about, wow, why aren't we doing that? Because it's true. I've heard it so many times. People hop in cars, people hop in caravans. They'll get sticks thrown at their caravans, rocks thrown at their caravan. They can be out all night. Nothing will happen. But as soon as they go in the tent, as soon as they go in a swag, as soon as they go in all that, the bush comes alive again. So it's like yowies know that, okay? So this is what we need to start doing. Even some of my mates that accuse me, they're always out camping. They're normally out camping in hammocks. So if you guys are listening, wouldn't it be terrible if you took advice from me? Right? Just say you guys are out camping, and instead of hopping in a hammock, get tents. Lock yourself away in a tent. Once you lock yourself away in a tent, you always think it's safe to come out. Obviously, it gives them time to hide if they've got to hide. Same as this guy. He was saying, like, he's got a camper van. Once he goes in his camper van, locks it up, Bob's in bed, they know. They start, bush comes alive. So I reckon we could do this even in the day. This is why when you're walking around, you don't see none of it, because the Yowies won't show themselves, or they won't make any noise, because they know we can see them at day. But even at night, this just shows you how careful they are. They won't even show themselves at night until they know you're locked away in your tent. Even the guy that I was saying the other night, he shot at him. He'd hopped out of his tent, didn't see nothing, got back in his tent, and they were back around his tent again. So this is what we need to be doing. I'm even thinking about doing it. Get a tent, set it up in the day, and just pretend you're asleep. First, make some noise. You need to make noise because you got to let them know you're there. Then go and hop in your tent and see what happens. So there's a few guys out there. There's the guys that accuse me. There's the Agaloo. There's bloody the Finderer. Go get tents. Go get tents and set them up. You can set up a tent at bloody Bellberg Grove at night with your mate, Agaloo. The Finder can set up, down near Hin's Dam with his mate. The other guys can set up, I don't know, they might want to go to Claggy Bar. They could put a tent up there and camp there tonight. Lock yourselves in. That's the trick. I'm telling you now. It's Yowie Chaser 101 advice, guys. Give it a go. Give it a go. I think this could be a good thing. I've heard it so many times that everyone hears it. As soon as they lock themselves away, that's when they come out. So anyway, give it a go. That's my advice. Now also, old mate said he had no luck with the feeding station. He goes, it's like they know what you're doing, and they do. That's why it takes so long to do what you got to do. Will take a while to do it, because people say, oh, it's so easy to film a Yowie, why didn't you go out and do it? Well, it's easy once you know how to do it, but it's also time consuming because there's more to it. Our mate's been doing it for 15 years. I reckon I could do it in 3 to 6 months, what I've got to do. So if anyone's got a block of land, then you know you got Yowies on your block of land, and you don't mind me coming out there every day, and you can't live too far away. Unless I can stay there for weeks at end, alright? And we just set this up. I'll bring a caravan, I can get a caravan. We could just set it up. I need power to my caravan. We could set it up and do it and wait for the right time, and we'll get footage of a Yowie and we'll end it for once and for all. So if anyone's got a place like that and they're pretty easy going people, I'm pretty easy going. It'd be good just to have, access, so if I want to come and go, I don't know, if there's anyone out there, I don't know, that believes they've got a spot, let me know. Message me at Yowie Chaser and I can make you famous. Well, it might be a bad idea, because then your place won't be, you'll have to start charging people to come to your place. Once people know, oh, there was a Yowie filmed here, everyone will be there, like in droves, in absolute droves. Anyway, that's the offer. If anyone's got it, we can do it. I don't know what else I was going to talk about. Alright, I think that's about it. I don't think I've got anything else I want to share.